What if you don't want to buy the whole car? I'm here with Kurt Hopkins, CEO of MCQ Markets. Kurt, welcome to our conversation.
Thank you. It's great being here, Robert.
Kurt, everybody knows that as investments, collector cars can have some huge upside potential. In fact, I've heard that over the last 10 years, as an asset class, they've appreciated as much as 185%.
Yeah, absolutely. So these collector cars are really, fun assets to have, but the main thing about them is they do give some decent returns historically, 10 to 15% per year, on par with what the S&P has done over the same 10-year period. So they can really be a phenomenal investment class. And one of the interesting things we're seeing in today's market is a lot of volatility. That's why many advisors, and we're starting to see more and more investment advisors to encourage their clients to look at diversifying, to alternative investments to reduce their exposure to these public markets, as well as seek alternative sources of yield.
Kurt, you've got a lot of cars in your showroom down in Florida. Can investors actually see these cars?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that obviously we all want to drive them, right? And that's the main thing. But unfortunately, these are investment cars, and the more mileage you put on them, it can impact the valuation. We don't want to do that. So obviously, we curate them, we keep them in pristine shape, and we maintain them very well. But we keep them running, and they're obviously living machines as well. So if they just sit there and they just allow the rust away, well, then that's not good either. So the reason why we have this showroom in Miami and Wynwood, which is a very fun part of town, by the way. So if any of our investors or listeners or your listeners want to come and see the cars, kick the tires, then that's great.
So MCQ Markets gives an investor the opportunity of jumping into the pool, investing in an automobile or a group of automobiles, depending on what their threshold is. But certainly they may get cold feet when they think about putting down six figures or more on a particular automobile.
Well, that's the cool thing about what we do is that we give the opportunity for anyone that's any investor, even if you're someone that wants to put a 5, 6 figure number down, you can do that with us. But many of our investors want to put a 3 or 4 figure number down, so 500 or $10,000 or something like that. So we take much smaller amounts, and that's the whole beauty of this fractional investment, is that you can get involved with less exposure, but still have the fun of what you would have. And we certainly hope that on our site at mcqmarkets.com/cars that you can see, some really great assets on there and have some fun investing.
By the way, if you're a VIP investor, email directly to Tom at mcqmarkets.com. That's Tom at mcqmarkets.com. Kurt, thanks so much for joining us.
Pleasure being here, Robert.